Single phase half controlled bridge rectifier. This is very important topic and it should not be confused with single phase half wave control rectifier. Both the terms, both the circuits are totally different. Single phase half controlled rectifiers are different and single phase half wave control rectifiers are totally different. So half wave control rectifier and half controlled rectifiers both are different. In what sense they are different? Half wave control rectifier uses only single diode and half controlled rectifier uses two diodes and two SCRs in a bridge configuration. So half wave control rectifier, it utilizes only single SCR, but half control rectifier utilizes two SCRs and two diodes in a bridge configuration. So this is the constructional difference between both the rectifiers. The phase controlled converter circuit discussed in all the previous sections are capable of operating with both positive and negative mean voltages at the DC terminals. Means we are talking about the bridge rectifiers, single phase full wave bridge rectifiers. So these are capable of operating both negative and positive mean voltages at DC terminals. But many applications actually requires operation only during the positive voltage. That is that is only in the rectifying mode. And if we are getting negative voltage means it is inverting mode. In such cases, it is generally advantageous to connect uncontrolled diodes in certain parts of the circuit. So when one pair of SCR is replaced by diodes in single phase fully controlled bridge circuit, we will call it at B2 connections. The resultant circuit obtained is called as half controlled bridge circuit. So the difference is one of the pair in bridge rectifier is replaced by pair of diodes in single phase fully controlled bridge circuit. And if with the replacement of two SCRs is done by two diodes, then it is called as half controlled bridge circuit. With this type of circuit, it is possible to provide a continuous control of the mean DC terminal voltage from maximum to virtually zero voltage. But reversal of the mean voltage is not possible. In other words, we can say that only one quadrant operation can be obtained. So now we will discuss half controlled bridge rectifier with resistive load. So this is the circuit diagram for half controlled bridge circuit. As we can see, there are two circuit diagrams, symmetrical configuration and asymmetrical configuration. So basically there are two types of half control bridge circuits depending upon how the pair of diodes are connected and in which configuration. So first is the symmetrical configuration and second is the asymmetrical configuration. In the symmetrical configuration, we can see that Each SCR has a diode in a pair. So T1 and D1 forms a pair. T2 and D2 forms a pair in a bridge configuration. Hence, it is called a symmetrical configuration. Here, during one of the cycle, T1 and D1, SCR T1 and D1 will conduct, and during the next cycle, SCR T2 and diode D2 will conduct. In the asymmetrical configuration, we have alternate pair. We will have one pair of SCRs and one pair of diodes. So during one of the positive cycle, SCR T1 and D2 will conduct. Okay, and in the other cycle, D1, diode D1 and SCR T2 will conduct. If we compare both the circuits, we find that in the symmetrical configuration, diode and SCRs are connected in series. Diodes and SCRs are connected in series. But in asymmetrical configurations, SCR T1 and T2 are connected in series, and diode D1 and D2 are connected in series. The half controlled rectifiers or half control converters are also known as semi-converters. In asymmetrical configuration, the cathodes of two SCRs are at same potential, so their gate can be connected and a single gate pulse can be used to trigger the either of the SCR. So what is the point? The point is the cathodes of two SCRs T1 and T2 in the symmetrical configurations are connected, are at same potential, they are at same potential, and a single gate pulse is sufficient to trigger either of the SCR. The SCR which is forward bias at the instant of firing will turn on. But in asymmetrical configuration, separate triggering circuits are required because the cathodes are not at same potential. Here diode and SCRs are at same potential in the asymmetrical configuration. Hence, they require separate triggering circuit. In the symmetrical configuration, both the SCRs are connected to common terminal, but here it is not so in the asymmetrical configuration. The different waveforms of symmetrical converter are shown in the circuit, is shown in this figure. So these are the waveforms of symmetrical configuration with resistive load. So this is the diagram. Here we see that in both the symmetrical configuration and asymmetrical configurations, the load is resistive in nature. Okay. Now this figure shows waveforms for symmetrical configuration with resistive load. This solid line with hash are the load voltage, and the dotted line indicates the supply voltage. So when firing pulses or triggering pulses are applied to the gate terminals, we will obtain the output. The SCR will turn on and we will get the load output. At the same time, the current which is flowing through the load, we will get the load current. So as we see in this circuit, So if when firing pulses are applied at an angle alpha, we'll obtain the output load voltage. At the same time, the current which is flowing through the load is this. So this current, when it will flow, the SCR T1 and diode D1 are conducting. They are forward bias, they are conducting. This happens during the positive half cycle of the AC input. So when it is happening? During the positive half cycle of the AC input. During the negative half cycle of the AC input, SCRT2 is triggered. At the same time, D2 is also forward bias and hence it will conduct, and after the firing angle alpha, we will obtain the load voltage. So this is during the negative half cycle. So during the negative half cycle, this dotted line indicates, I will show you by some different color. So this yellow line which I am drawing now, consider this as a input voltage. Okay. So during the positive half cycle, we will obtain load voltage as SCR T1 and diode D1 are conducting. During the negative half cycle, as SCR T2 and diode D2 are conducting, we will obtain the load voltage. We can see that the direction of both the load voltages is same. Why? Because the current flowing through the load during the positive half cycle as well as during the negative half cycle, the direction of current flowing through the load during the positive half cycle as well as the negative half cycle of the input, the direction is same, and hence we will obtain the pulsating DC, the unidirectional DC. Now consider the symmetrical configuration of the half wave controlled bridge circuit. So we are talking about this symmetrical configuration. So during the positive half cycle of the AC supply, SCRT1 and diode D1 are forward biased and are in the forward blocking mode. When SCRT1 is triggered at a firing angle alpha, the current will flow through the path L, then T1, SCRT2 is reverse bias, so it will not conduct, so current will flow through the resistor R. Okay, then the current will flow through the diode D1 and it will return back to the neutral. During the positive half cycle, the SCRT2 and the diode D2 are reverse bias and hence they will not conduct. So during the positive half cycle of the AC input, SCRT1 is triggered at a firing angle alpha and the current will flow through the path L, T1, then R, D1 and neutral. I will show you the direction of the current flow. During the positive half cycle, the current, so let us draw the positive half cycle, and this is input AC. Okay, this is positive, this is negative. So during the positive half cycle, the current will, so this is at the positive potential with respect to this neutral. So the current will start from this point L, it will go T1 and it will go down to D2, but it is The positive is to the cathode of diode, hence it will be reverse bias and it will act as a open switch. So the current will flow from this SCR T1 once it is triggered by applying the firing pulses at this gate terminal. Then it will continue to flow. Then again it will try to go here, but now again it is reverse bias as the cathode is connected to positive terminal. It will be open switch. So the current now will flow through the resistor R, then it will continue to flow through this diode and it will move back to the neutral. So this is the direction of the current flow during the positive half cycle of the AC input. Now the waveforms are shown in this figure. During the positive half cycle, we will obtain the load voltage. We will obtain the load voltage at a firing angle alpha. And as CRT1 and diode D1 conducts, we will obtain the load current during the positive half cycle. We will continue to obtain this voltage from the firing angle alpha till pi. During the negative half cycle of the AC input supply, the SCRs T2 and diode D2 are forward bias, and when the SCR T2 is triggered at an angle pi plus alpha, the current will flow from the path N, T2, then terminal A, then R, then B, R, B, D2 and L. So let us zoom it and see it again. I'll draw the direction of the current flow. So during the negative half cycle, consider this as again the input. This is positive half cycle, this is negative half cycle. During the negative half cycle, okay, the polarities will be like this. Okay. So the current will flow from this N current is flowing from N. It will move as it is dividing, the current is dividing. Now here it is plus, so this diode is reverse bias, it will off, it will act as an open switch. The current will try to flow to this SCR. Now it is forward bias. Once the triggering pulses are applied at this gate terminal, the current will flow from this SCR to terminal A, then it will move down to resistor R and it will flow through diode D2. It will not flow from D1 because it is off. Then it will make the diode D2 forward bias and the current will continue to flow through this L. It will not flow through this T1 because it is already reverse bias, hence it is off. So we will obtain the end of the current is obtained at terminal L. So it will start with N, then it will first it will goes to start with N, then it will go to T2, okay, then it will come at resistor at number 3, then it will come at diode at number 4, and then it will return back to L. In this way, the current will flow during the negative half cycle. The current is continuous till angle 2 pi when SCR T2 is turned off. Now let us calculate the values of average DC load voltage and average load current using this waveform. So here we can observe that the output DC voltage is equals to 1 upon pi from alpha to pi. Integrate the values, all the values from alpha to pi. Alpha, here the duration is alpha and this point is pi. So we have to integrate all the values between these two points. Hence we have taken pi to alpha. And why 1 upon pi? All the values. The number of values from 0 to pi is total values are pi. So pi are the total number of values. And this Em sine omega t is the instantaneous value of the input. So EDC is equals to 1 upon pi integration of all the values from alpha to pi. Why alpha? SCR is triggered at point alpha. Em sine omega t. By further simplifying it, EDC is equals to Em by pi 1 plus cos alpha. Average load current can be calculated by simple formula. We have current is equals to voltage divided by resistance. So this is Em. Em means this is voltage. So IDC or the average load current is equals to Em by R by pi multiplied by pi 1 plus cos alpha. Simply we have to divide this voltage by resistance, then you will get the value of load current. RMS load voltage, root mean square value is given by ERMS is equals to Em square by pi integration from alpha to pi sine square omega t d omega t square root. Actually this, if we remove the square root or half, it can be appeared like this. The value will look like this, simply the square root. Then no need of this half. So ERMS is now equal to square root of this whole value. Solving it further, we get ERMS is equals to Em 1 upon 2 pi omega t minus sine 2 omega t by 2 range from alpha to pi square root. Again solving it, we will get Em square root of 1 upon 2 pi bracket pi minus alpha plus sine 2 alpha minus sine 2 pi divided by 2. Simplifying it further, we get ERMS is equals to Em square root of pi minus alpha by 2 pi plus sine 2 alpha by 4 pi. So this can be equally represented as ERMS is equals to EM square root of this pi minus alpha divided by 2 pi plus sine of 2 alpha by 4 pi. So if you want to remove this half power, then it will be removed by using a square root. So finally, we can conclude the working of this half controlled bridge circuit. Okay. So to conclude, using this circuit diagram and waveform, we will summarize how the circuit working takes place. So during the positive half cycle of the AC input, so this is the AC input, this red color waveform I'll draw. This is the input. So this red color waveforms indicates the AC input. Okay, this is the top is the positive and this is a negative half cycle. Now let us see what happens during the positive half cycle. So during the positive half cycle of the AC input, the current will flow from this. So this is complete AC. So during this positive half cycle, the current will flow from this T1. When the triggering pulse is applied to SCR T1, as it is forward bias and the triggering pulse are applied, the current will flow from SCR T1. It will find its path through resistor R. Then the diode D will become the forward bias. Diode D2 will become reverse bias in the initial stage itself. So it will act as an open switch. SCR T2 is acting as an open switch. The current will come back to N. SCRT1 forward bias because L is positive. The positive will go, it will forward bias SCR, but when positive will come here, SCRT2 is reverse bias because cathode is having the positive potential. Hence it will reverse bias and it will act as a open switch. Then the current will flow from resistor. Then it will come back and it will flow through diode D1. It will not flow through D2 because at the initial stage when this current is flowing through L, it will try to flow from here also. Then this positive is again connected to cathode of this diode D2, hence it is off. Hence the current will flow from this L SCRT1, then terminal A, then resistor R. It will flow through diode D1 and it will come back to the neutral. So we will obtain this load voltage during the positive half cycle, and so is the current. Okay, now during the negative half cycle, what happens? This L becomes negative, N becomes positive. Okay, now the current, from where it will flow? Okay, now the current, this current will start from N because it is positive. It will flow from T2 because this plus and this anode of SCR T2. So it will become forward bias. It will conduct, but at the same time this plus is coming to this diode cathode, so it will be reverse bias. So this will conduct, SCR2 will conduct, the direction of current flow is this, it will flow to the resistor. Okay, now coming back, okay, now while coming back, it will not flow from D1 because already it is off, so it will flow from diode D2 because this plus, okay, and now this plus current is coming to this diode D2, hence it will conduct, and as this plus it will come back to this L. So you can see this, it will not conduct SCR T2 because it has already been reverse biased, because in the negative half cycle the polarity of this SCR T1's anode is negative, and hence it is reverse bias. So the direction of current flow is like this. Now as we can see that the blue arrow and the green arrow, the direction of the arrows are in the same direction. The current flowing through the load R is in the same direction from top to bottom, and hence during the negative half cycle of the AC input we will obtain the same direction as that of the positive voltage. Hence, as the direction is same during the both positive and negative half cycle of the AC input, the output load current and the output load voltage will be in the same direction, and hence we will get the load voltage as well as load current in the same direction. So this is all about half controlled bridge circuits. Half controlled bridge circuit, symmetric configuration with resistive load.